Gold jacket, green jacket, who gives you?
Right, what's up? I bet you didn't see this coming. I'm doing the intro this week, guys. Welcome back to the Gold Jacket, Green Jacket podcast. I'm Joel Mitchell, Australian PGA Pro, and I'm joined by Christian Dragonetti, my co-host, and just a 7 handicap slapper. So there's a little curveball for you. He usually does the intro, so I figured I'd do it this week, and I just winged it. What do you reckon?
I think I'm out of a job. That was great. 7 handicap slapper.
Yeah, I just winged it. So
You know what?
Righto.
That's going on my tombstone.
Oh, I'm writing it.
7 handicap slapper.
You get struck by lightning if that's on your tombstone.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so I figured, well, episode number 33. Did I say
33.
that? I did
I've
say
had
that.
33 cracks at it,
Yeah.
or 32 cracks at it.
Yeah.
And you actually said to me before, let me have a crack at the intro this
I'm
week.
just going to do the intro. I'll just
And I was like,
shake
you
it up a
know
little
what?
bit.
Yeah, why not?
It engages everyone from the start. They're probably like, that's not drags.
Am I listening to the right podcast? You are. This is the Gold
Definitely.
Jacket, Green Jacket podcast,
It
ladies
is.
and gents.
It is. Absolutely.
How are you, mate?
Mate, very good.
Yeah?
Very good. Considering last week, very good. So
Considering, we'll get into that a little bit later.
we'll get it. That's a
We do
just
have
a quick 10 minutes later on. But
we do have Q School to get through.
Yeah.
We will do that.
yeah.
But firstly, recent rounds.
Mine.
Probably today. You went out and had a slap today just for a bit of a pracky.
Oh, I didn't really play around. I just did some putting and then went to the range and then fucked around for 4 or 5 holes, but
Oh, yeah,
wouldn't
cool.
count that as a round. But no, my most recent round was today last week. You're listening to this on Friday. Last Friday, obviously, was the final round of Asian Tour Q School for me.
Yep.
And
that was your last round.
I won't go into the details of Q School just yet. It'll be just later on in the app.
Mm-hmm.
But in terms of just for the topic of most recent round,
Yep.
I had even par. We're being 3 over in my last 4 holes, which I was a bit salty with.
Wow, okay.
But in an absolute hurricane,
Yeah, it was weird.
blowing 60, 65 Ks.
Yep.
It would have been at Mount Derrimut. So I actually played very, very, very well for those first 14 holes.
Yeah, nice.
And then made a little error, and then that was about it. But other than that, can't complain. Hit it really good.
Good.
And
Good.
you?
My most recent round was on Saturday at Heidelberg, Stableford round. I had 34 points.
Yeah.
Very solid, but like I was chasing.
Yeah.
And
okay.
what I mean by that is that like found myself in trouble a lot. And so
Yeah.
I was having to make up and downs from places. Some of them paid off, some of them didn't. Like it was just the nature of the beast, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Pretty happy with where the game's at the moment. There's a few things I want to tweak, and maybe you and I need to have another catch up now that
Yeah.
Q School's out the way. And
Well, the good
have,
thing is
have another lesson.
I promised short game Mick. We all went out and
Yep,
had a
we had
little
a-
bit of a hit around for 4 or 5 holes the other day, and we talked golf, and we all sort of did a little short game practices and sort of implemented new feelings and stuff like that. So we might do that either. I'll probably try to do that next week.
Next week would be
I
good.
promised him give him 2 to 3 weeks for everything to sort of make sense.
Yep.
And feel a bit better, and then we'll give it a quick touch up. So
And I'll just say, like, obviously I played with him on Saturday, and it's coming good.
good.
It's starting to come good for him.
It can't happen straight away, and I told
No.
him that.
It's
I
starting
told
to
him
come good
it
for him.
won't work. It's going to feel weird, but
But yeah, just
as long as it showed signs.
it showed signs 100%, and it's showing signs for me as well. I just feel like I said, the game's there. It's very close. I just don't know. There's a couple of tweaks I want to make, and I'm not too sure where they are. But yeah, like I was pretty happy. Just the greens have been punched a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
And
All
I'm
it
just
takes.
it's just struggling to wrap my head around them.
The old man actually called me. He called me, what's today, Monday? Today's Monday. He called me yesterday, so he called me Sunday. And he's a good ball striker. You've played with him before. You two I find are very similar. If the short game's good for the day, you shoot a good score. It's simple as that.
Yeah,
you don't
fair.
really hit it any different off the tee, or your irons are usually pretty solid. You two don't really have any issues getting there.
No.
It's just if the short game's on, you're putting good or you're chipping reasonable well, you have a good score. It's as simple as that. And that's pretty much anyone. If a lot of people don't really have trouble getting there. But anyway, he called me and he was like really happy with the way he hit it. Oh, I got there unbelievably. But he goes, man, putting on chord greens, it's
different.
like you can't do it. And he's sort of saying that something kind of hit me a little bit. I'm like, there he goes, on the handicap system, they don't cater for that.
No.
And I'm like, that's a good point. I'm like, I don't know how they would. But he was a bit annoyed because he had 34 points with a million putts.
Yeah,
And
I
that's
was the
what it
same.
would have felt like.
Yeah.
And just, putting on holes and fucking long grass
At
and
times,
sand
it feels
and-
like there's dice on the greens.
yeah, you're
Like-
putting on Lego.
Yeah, you're putting on Lego. Like you just don't know where it's going to
Yeah,
go.
it's just, and he was saying that same thing. He goes, "Fuck, I hit the ball amazing. I just wish like I hit it that good when the greens were good." Like, you know what I
Absolutely.
mean? So it's
Absolutely.
like he was sort of saying that he's bummed out. He's gone out a shot and a half in 4 rounds,
Yeah, I was
and
there.
hasn't shot worse than 33 points because he's had these lower he's had these lower
he's had all
flags
these
come through.
flags come off.
All these flags. He had 4 flags in a row of under 4.
Oh,
Right, and then he's had a couple at like 6.5, 7. So he's off. He was off 4.0 on the knocker.
Yeah.
and now he's like 5.3 or something after 4 rounds. That's just he's played solid, but just the greens are caught. Like,
Yeah.
what do you do? So it's like it's a bit
and
stiff.
that's the stage we're at the moment. Is just like you said, you can have 3 or 4 flags lined up, and if you don't replace them,
Yeah,
it's just that's what happened to me. Like I hit my low point, my rock bottom, if you want to call it that, a few weeks ago, and that was the result of losing, I think, 5 flags in 7
so it
rounds.
looks worse.
Yeah,
it looks
looked
as
a
bad
lot.
as
It looked a lot
feels.
worse, 100%.
Yeah, no, 100%.
But it's interesting you say that the comparison is there between me and your old man, and that we're both good ball strikers, and especially with our irons, because now I say this a lot, and this is the topic that I was sort of getting at.
Okay, here we go. He actually called me earlier. He goes, we usually express topics when before we come into an app. We usually go, righto, this is the headline.
We're chatting about this, this, and this.
Make of this what you will.
Yeah.
Bring in your own sort of observations or whatever it might be, and then we just wing it from there. And a lot of the stuff, sometimes we don't even cover some of the stuff we
Yeah.
previously discussed, and sometimes we do, or whatever it might be. And yeah, you called me going, I'm going to keep you in the dark about this one.
Yeah.
Righto.
Now, I say this a lot, and it particularly happens when there's a bit of bad form around, but I will back this in 100%. This time's different. I'm officially in the market for a new set of irons.
Okay. So you're, okay.
The bullet has been bitten.
Keep going.
The bullet has been bitten. It's time, because I feel like. What are you?
Shut up. That's not how you spell drags. Doesn't matter. Yeah, keep going.
I feel like it's time because the game is there, but I'm starting to now doubt the equipment. Like, and it's one thing to turn around and go, "Oh, I need new irons because I'm hitting it like shit."
No.
It's another thing to doubt the equipment, actually doubt it.
Right, okay.
Because I'm getting to shots where I'm like, well, I hit that pretty well, and it's just dove 10 meters short. And then and because the iron set that I've got at the moment is a Mizuno set, the JPX 919 Tours, right? You've hit them. They're awesome. They are great,
They are.
but they're 5 years old. And they are, for lack of a better term, a fucking blade. Right?
Yeah.
They are as
sort of.
close, and I've said it, they are as close to a blade as you were going to get without playing a blade.
Without playing a blade, yeah.
Right.
They wouldn't be, they would be classed as,
They're
they're a tour iron. You class them as a tour iron.
not MBs,
No.
they're CBs,
No.
cavity backs.
They would
slightly.
be as close to your Tyler's CBs as you can get. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm looking for just a smidgen more of forgiveness.
Okay.
I don't care about distance. I feel like I hit the ball far enough as it is. I've prided myself on my ball striking for the longest time. I still do. And I genuinely feel like, and after the last maybe 4 or 5 rounds, I've started to really think, well, hang on, maybe it might be the equipment. It might not be
So
me.
here's the thing. What I reckon. The equipment, no. The equipment's not the issue, nor are you.
Yeah.
It's sort of like upgrading a car. You've had a car for 8 years, you've done 170,000 in it, and you're just like, I
It's had its
I
time.
need something else.
It's had its time.
It's had its time. Like you give it to an 18-year-old and
And
they
he
go,
froths
this
it.
is the best fucking car ever. Like, you know what I mean? Like the performance doesn't drop, but your compatibility is lost,
It's just,
basically.
it's like
I've-
it's like an old suit.
Yeah.
Sometimes it might be out of style. It might not fit anymore.
Yeah, correct. There's nothing wrong with it.
There's nothing wrong
But
with
it.
it.
just doesn't fit anymore.
Doesn't fit
I
anymore.
like where your head's at.
And sometimes you just need a new suit. Sometimes you just need a new set of sticks, right? And I feel like I've hit that point now
Yep.
where I'm like, right. Now here's the thing. I know, and I've been an equipment nerd for the longest time. I keep up with who's releasing what's good, what people think. I hit a lot of clubs in the meantime just to try them and see, get my own opinion on them, just because it's a passion of mine. I like equipment. I know the least about equipment right now than I ever have.
Right.
I know nothing
Okay.
Because-
About the new stuff.
about the new stuff that's coming out.
What's the date today?
Today is the 23rd of September.
Cool.
What are you?
I'm writing out a contract.
A contract.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming you're going to make me sign it.
Correct.
What's in the contract?
No, nothing. It's just I'm going to keep it and I'm going to pin it to the fucking wall. I'm going to put it there.
Right.
It says, Drags' contract. You have to write your name. Hereby state that I'm now in the market for new irons and will upgrade within 12 months from now. So the date...
I'll upgrade before the end of the year.
Don't make me rewrite the contract. I'm writing this because...
12 months is
Just
good.
12 months from now. If you beat it, fantastic.
Fair.
23rd of September 2024 is today's date. The expiry is 23rd of September 2025. And there's a witness sign. I will sign that now. Everyone sees it. It's been signed. And then you have to sign at the bottom.
You're actually making me sign it.
Fuck yeah. I'm holding you to this.
Why?
Because you've said it for 2 years that you need new irons. He's actually doing it.
Done.
Done. It's there.
It's signed.
Everyone sees it right now.
It's signed.
That from 12 months from now.
The 23rd of September 2024.
Yep.
In 12 months' time, I will have a new set of sticks.
Yep.
Not a whole bag, just a new set of
Just new
irons.
set of irons. That's
Because I've been saying for a
just
while,
seven new golf clubs.
7 new golf clubs, and I've been saying for a while that I'm due for new wedges, which I am, and I'm still sticking to that. I'm still going to get some wedges between now and probably the end of the year. I'm waiting for a bit nicer weather because I want to do an outdoor fitting
Yeah.
with wedges, and I don't want to hit out of puddles. Right?
No, correct. I like where your head's at.
I like it too. So, but in terms of irons and where equipment's at for that, I don't really have a foundation of knowledge that I can turn to,
Yep.
right? Of what to buy, what to look for. And so I reached out to a mate of ours, Tobes.
Yeah.
Toby Walker of Link's Legacy
Yeah, club building.
club
Go check
building
him
and
out.
fitting. I reached out to him and I said, "Hey mate, I think I'm in the market. Like I
Yeah.
think I'm ready to go. I need a bit more forgiveness. This is what I've got. Talk to me." And he's away at the moment, so like I'll get in touch with him sooner when he gets home. But he basically just said, "Mate, come in, let's do a fitting." He goes, "If you like Mizuno, why move away from it?"
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
He goes, "But there's plenty." And I said, "I don't want to bend the budget.
Yeah, of course.
I got a wedding to pay for."
Of course.
Right? And the missus is like hounding down on that. She's like, "Fuck no."
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, huh, okay. Right?
Christmas present.
Yeah, whatever. So she's not too happy about this revelation that I've made in my own golf game, to say the least. But I've been doing a bit of research and just sort of getting an understanding of what's out there. I can wholeheartedly say that I've ruled out Titleist.
You don't want them.
No.
You're not having them.
I can't wrap my head around them. As much as I hit yours and I hit Michael's, I'm just like, they're cool.
Well, there's
But I
only...
also kind of like the idea of a
you think of it-
fully forged iron.
If you think about it, there's only...
There's only two ways I'd go.
Not only. There's four
Titleist.
heads. There's 5 iron heads or 6 iron heads. Actually, that's wrong. There's about 8. There's about 8 iron head, Titleist iron heads, but there's probably... Honestly, 3 of them
That are
that would be
suited to me at
close
the
to what
moment.
you'd use. It would be the T100, 150, and the CB. You wouldn't use
I'd even chuck in a 200.
no.
Nah? Okay, fair enough. Because the
The 200 would be
Too like a 4 iron?
Yeah, you did 7 iron 190.
No. But here's the thing, right? And chatting to Tobes and stuff, and he said, "Look, we can go Mizuno if you want. We can go anywhere else." Because I threw Shrixons out there. Like I kind of like what Shrixon's doing at the moment.
Shrixons are good.
The ZX7 Mark IIs, they got new ones coming out in January. Look sick, and they're relatively cheap as a whole. Like they're good budget irons.
Yeah. Okay. So Tyler's would be out of the budget.
100%.
Yeah, it'd be too
And you could argue that Mizuno's out of the budget too at that point, but
Just got to find it.
you just got to find it, right?
I'd recommend still going to hit Titleist stuff.
100%.
Because you've only hit mine.
Yeah, that's true.
That's the thing. And they're not suited for you.
But if anything, the shafts that you've got in your current set now are the closest thing to what I've currently got. You've got a 6.
I've got 6. I've got
Project X LZs in the 6.5.
I got Dynamic.
Oh, you
Dynamic
had
Golds.
them.
I had the Project X. I have Dynamic Gold now.
Yeah, well,
In 120, so they're 5 gram lighter, which is
exactly right.
yeah.
So I've got the Project X LZ 6.0, so stiff in a 120 gram in my current set, and I love it. So I've hit yours. Michael's got the same shafts in an extra stiff in his 150s. Hit those, and like, okay, it's a like for like. It's as close as you're going to get without actually going for a fitting.
correct. Yeah,
But yeah, like
go sus. Just
I'm gonna
do
go
your
suss
homework.
it. I'm gonna do my homework. I'm gonna look into it. I'm gonna when Toby gets back from his holiday, I'm gonna hit him up and go to the studio out there at Links Legacy and go and see what he can do for a fitting.
Yeah.
If he can hook me up with a good set at a good price, I might pull the trigger on it now.
That's it.
Might wait till after Chrissy for Boxing Day sales. I got 12 months.
You got,
Right?
you got 12 months.
According to the contract, I got 12 months. So
it's right there.
it's almost bittersweet because I love the set of clubs I have currently.
Yeah.
This is the longest period since I joined Heidelberg. This is the longest period of time I've not changed anything in the bag. It's been almost 8 months since since that PLD went in.
Was that the last thing that went in?
Yeah.
Fuck. Jesus.
So since then, I've had TSR driver 3 wood for 2.5 years. I've had my 2-iron P792
that
for like
ages.
4.5, 5 years.
You've
I've
had that for
reshafted it, different story. The irons are the next. I've had them for 4.5, nearly 5. Wedges are nearly 3, 4 years old because they're SM. Actually, they're older than that. They're SM8s,
Yeah, 3 years old.
3 years old, and the PLD is 8 months old.
Yeah.
So this is the longest period of time where I've actually not changed anything in the bag.
The irons are the next thing.
They're the next thing.
Yeah, they're the next.
Everything else is servicing me well. It's even to the point where if you turned to me and said, right, you can pick either irons or wedges, what are you going to get this year? I'd go irons. The wedges are fine.
No, there's nothing wrong with wedges.
The wedges are fine.
Unless-
it's
and
just
like-
new wedges. It sounds appealing,
Yeah, correct.
right?
Yeah,
And they're a couple of generations old, and
Fresh
I
grooves.
want fresh
They're
grooves and SM10s, and they'd be nice.
absolutely.
But then, I've been looking at obviously Mizuno, and the option of a combo set comes into chat because I'm open
never
to
know,
everything.
man.
It does the bag appeal that people talk about. It's got to look pretty in the bag. Fuck that. I don't care. I want stuff that works.
That helps.
It helps. Of
gotta
course,
like what
you got to
you're
like
looking
what
down
you're looking at.
Yeah.
But also, I kind of want stuff that works. I
couldn't wrap my head around a combo set. Like myself and Duds talked about it. So,
but based on your ability, there's not a lot of places you would go for a combo set. You're either
there's
looking to go.
there's a lot of tour players that use combo sets, but within different reason. Like I'm not trying to play the same golf as a tour player. I'm trying to be my own player. So like there's preferences and stuff like that. Like I've just put my 2-iron back in the bag and put the 7-wood out. And like I love that 7-wood. It's a sick club. But I don't know why I ever took that 2-iron out. No, I don't know why. I'm a 2-iron player.
Yeah.
I've like I said, the 7-wood's awesome, but it's not me. It's back in the office at home, and I don't know if I'll ever use it again. I don't think I will.
Yeah, right.
If I'm honest. And it's such a sick golf club. You can get that thing dancing, but I'm a 2-iron player. I love that 2-iron. I put it back in the bag for Q school, and it worked wonders. It did everything I wanted it to do. So yeah, like when you said combo set, like I've seen a lot of people use combo sets. I've seen a lot of my mates get combo sets that it works. They get, and I've seen a lot of it with Titleist, the T150s from 3-iron to 6-iron, and then T100s from 7-iron to pitch and wedge or whatever it may be.
And that's the thing. Like
it's like I don't.
I feel like
I don't know what to. I wouldn't be able to play that because it'd just confuse me. It'd be like, okay, my 6-iron's going 182, but my 7-iron's going 160. It's like,
it might be too much of a gap.
It's like, but then putting a slightly different shaft in the longer irons is this shorter iron. Anyway,
Nah.
I couldn't do it.
And it's just kind of like my openness towards the idea of a combo set. I have to be open to it because I'm open to anything at the moment. And like, I genuinely see this going either one or two ways. Either I go something completely different in terms of like profile of head and playability and all that kind of stuff to what I'm used to now, which is, like we said, pretty close to a blade.
Yeah.
Or I go something pretty similar to what I've got now. It might just be the fact that I've just outgrown the shafts. I might just need it might just be a new set for the sake of a new set.
You're a different golfer from what you were 3 years ago. You're a different golfer even from what from the start of the year.
Correct.
I'm a different golfer from the start of the year. Everyone
Correct.
changes, so it's like even my iron shafts. My irons are 2 months old, and they feel different from when I got them. Like it just everything changes. Everything feels different. Everything's new. So like.
And you adapt to your equipment.
Well, exactly. You might just need a new feeling.
Yeah.
The feeling's just going, I'm not getting much more out of it. I'm not.
Yeah,
I want
it's-
something different.
There's been
That's
some
probably
things,
all it is.
There's been some things that I've noticed in the last sort of 4 to 5 weeks, like I've said, that I'm like, okay, like the thought crept in originally 5 or 6 weeks ago where I'm like, maybe. And then it was like, nah, shut up. You're an idiot. You're not swinging it good.
Yeah.
And then I had a couple of really good weeks with a couple of good scores. And I was like, well, I'm swinging it good now.
Yeah.
I'm still copping the same results out of the equipment. I'm like, no, who cares? You're playing well. Just leave it.
Yeah, leave it.
Don't
Yeah,
worry
yeah,
about it.
Yeah.
And then in the last 2-3 rounds, it's like, well, no, like I'm still swinging it okay. I'm really noticing a drop off in performance out of the equipment. Something's got to change. Something's
Just
got to be
go
wrong.
for something new. It's all it probably is your swings adapted in a tiny. There's been a slight swing change, and now the equipment it might be something as simple as it spins up too much now,
Because
and you lose a little bit of distance. It's probably all it is.
that's it. I'm losing just a fraction of distance where, like, you know, what was a 145 meter shot, which was 8 iron all day long, I'm now thinking, I got to crunch 7 iron.
Yeah, you got to hit 7 on hard.
I got to crunch it, like, and get it there.
Yeah.
Or I got to back off a 6 to hit at 140 meters. I'm like, fuck, no. What?
Yeah. And you're not swinging any slower or anything like that. No. Yeah.
You could argue,
It's just a change.
and like,
it's just a
yes,
change.
I've been battling this hip for the last fucking 2 years, but like,
It's like a new pair of shoes, like the most comfortable pair of shoes ever, and now all of a sudden you get blisters. It's like the fuck? Like these were amazing, but now I get blisters
because they're just worn out.
or something.
Yeah.
Or something.
So I don't know,
Like
man.
it could be something, and like just be so open to it. I wouldn't like. It happens all the time. Like going to a fitting, it is so easy to go to a fitting and be swinging it good that day, and then everything comes out amazing, and then all you want to do is order something that day. You know, like what
See,
do
I
I do?
kinda-
See that's exactly what happened with me in that 7 wood. Like credit to Duds, he fit me into that thing. That was amazing. Like we had so much fun that day with hitting that club, and I'm glad I bought it or got it. I'm glad I got it, and yeah, it worked out for me very well. But I had a really good swinging day that day. I was flushing everything and hitting every shot how I wanted to. So of course everything was more appealing.
Yeah.
So he would say hit a low cut, it would come out beautifully. It'd rise for me. It would land the numbers we wanted. Guys hit a high draw, it'd come out beautifully. I just caught it. It just happened to be swinging it really good, right? And so of course everything was more appealing. So I was actually last second went into those Ventuses.
Yeah,
it was
right.
last second where I'm just like hitting all the probably 3 different tour ADs, getting really good numbers. Then I'm just like, oh yeah. And then I basically pulled the trigger. I just said, just swap the head out and keep my DI shaft. I was really happy with that. I still have it. And then he goes, oh, just hit these. Just hit these. These are the reason why they're the top of the market at the moment. And then hit that. I'm like, whoa, fuck. Like, wouldn't have even thought of it. I wasn't open to it. I didn't really know
And
anything about him.
Dudsy's got that ability there, and he's very good at
Exactly.
what he does.
He sort
and
of
he
just
did the
said
same thing with my TSR
Yeah,
fitting.
yeah. Just
Last
try
se-
this. I didn't even think of it.
Correct.
Like even the dynamic golds, I basically chose my iron shafts because I just said I want 5 grams of ladder. I just needed to spin up just a tiniest bit more, just a smidge more, and just to flight it in a little bit more because I'm trying to work it a little bit. And these 5 gram heavier tip stiff shafts are just not quite doing it for me, especially hitting downwind.
Yeah.
And yeah, so he goes something like that. Anyway, whacked a 7 iron. The spin rate went up a tiny bit, flew a tiny bit higher. Beautiful. Put that back in the bag. We didn't touch irons.
Yeah,
So that was all it really is. But
But and that's the thing, like when I got
go hit
fit for-
Tylers, go hit Strixon, go hit TaylorMades, go hit Callaways, go hit Mizuno's. Like,
Yeah.
did I say Mizuno?
Yeah, no, he did. That's fine. So I'm gonna
hit 'em
go.
all.
I'm gonna see what Toby's got, and we'll go from there. And if I go in for the fitting and I don't end up pulling the trigger on something because the thing is I have to fall in love with it.
You might go back to it. You never know. Oh, actually, no. If it's love at first sight for you, isn't it?
Not really.
I reckon it is because I don't think you'll go back to something. If you go nut, then it's nut.
Yeah, fair.
I think you're a very first impression counts sort of
Yeah,
person.
no, that's
so
a fair shout.
if you pick up I'm talking on my side of the fence. If you picked up that Titleist CB and put the right shaft in it, and you smoke these 3 7 irons in a row and hit it 156, like with a 10-foot dispersion, you'd be like, order them right now. But if you picked them up and hit 2 pulls and then 1 flub one, and they barely fly over 140. No, don't want them.
Yeah, no, that's a fair shout.
But you go to those Strixons, flush it. Yep, 1 Strixons. Like,
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
no, that's
Like,
exactly right. And that's honestly how it worked. It was slightly different with how it worked for the irons in the first place because I actually committed to the manufacturer before I did anything. I went through Drummond Golf and Chris Sayer sent me out to Mizuno. He's like, all right, if you want Mizunos, go to Mizuno.
go probably. Yeah.
Like it'll be included in the cost of the irons. Go get fit at Mizuno.
Yeah.
And where that similarity comes into play was when, they use that piece of technology, that 7-iron that's got like that little blue thing on the shaft and it determines what, and it spits out like 6 or 7 recommendations of shaft.
Yeah.
The Project X LZs that I actually put in the heads eventually were like option number 8.
Oh, really?
Everything else was like KBS, dollar taper, True Temper, AMT whites and all that kind of shit. Like just all these shafts. I hit them all and I'm like,
They're not doing it. Not it.
And he goes, try this. It's number 8. It's an all-round shaft.
Just hit it.
Let's see how it goes. And I was like, oh,
Oh,
hello.
Yeah.
What's that?
All you need is one feeling.
And then as soon as I was like that, he was like, oh, that's the best reaction we've had all day. Let's hone in on this now.
yeah, there you go. Yeah, it went bang.
And it went bang. So like, look, I'm keen to try out a bunch of stuff. I'm open to anything. I want to fall in love with something again
Yeah.
because at the moment there isn't a lot of love for the stuff that's in the bag.
Yeah.
Because it's just, I think it's time.
Everything external from the irons is mint.
Yeah.
Like TSR is a model old.
Yeah.
Not you can't even call it old.
No, everything else is really, really good.
Yeah, it is.
Really, really good.
It really is. It's modern stuff.
Yeah.
It's all you're not using
And
SM6s
the
and
irons
you're
are
not
modern.
using
the irons are
915s.
modern. They're only 5 years old.
Yeah, exactly.
They're
There's nothing.
modern.
There's
It's
nothing
just
wrong.
that
Like we said earlier, there's nothing wrong with the iron.
In terms of how the whole bag is performing,
Yeah.
they're the outlier
Okay. Yeah, I like it.
at the moment. Everything else is pretty schmicko.
Yep.
Wedges is just like cosmetic. I just want new wedges because it's new wedges, right? But the irons are like, maybe there's
They're
something
the
here.
one thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
like
I'm excited. The missus is not so much.
it. Yeah.
She's like, we've got a wedding to pay for. Dickhead.
Bad luck. She didn't sign the
She
contract.
didn't sign the contract.
Yeah,
And
so-
she's not even a witness. So
Nah.
tough
I
luck,
signed it
babes.
already. We've got his signature there, 23rd of September, with my child handwriting. Didn't even spell Drags properly, but it's official. So shut up.
it's official.
So
It's notarized
shut up, and you can see it right there. So it's going to be in every app until
until
he gets them.
Yeah.
I'm not going to keep it up until next year,
No,
but just until you get them. Righto, there we go.
pretty much.
Throw it out. Righto.
Interesting. So let's have a chat about Q School, mate, because
Yeah, I'll give you everyone 10 minutes of that.
yeah,
So if you didn't listen last week,
we've given it a big wrap.
yeah,
already.
it was a bit of a build up. So for those that already know, you already know, awesome. For those that don't, I tried to qualify for the Asian tour, first stage of Asian tour, which was last week. So you're listening to this on the Friday. First round was last Tuesday through to Friday, so it was 4 rounds. Small field, it was only 30 players.
Yeah.
In
Took me
first
by
stage.
surprise.
Yeah, well, I sort of didn't think there was going to be 90 in the field.
No,
Also,
it was expensive.
it's a very, just to enter is very, very pricey.
Yeah.
And if you don't make it through, well, it's very, very expensive experience, basically. So there was only 30 players and there was only 6 spots up for grabs just to go through the final stage. And final stage is over in Thailand in December. So it was played at Mount Derrimut Golf and Community Club, which is, I love that place. I really do like the golf course itself.
We
And
played it a couple of weeks ago and it was really cool.
It's awesome.
It was
It's
a lot of fun.
pick it up and put it in the Diamond Valley. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable place because the layout's awesome, some great holes, the condition of it's awesome. It's just a shame it's in a bit of a rougher area. It's very industrial and freeways and very bit background noise and stuff like that. But other than that, the golf course itself, fantastic, right? Anyway, so yeah, had a couple practice rounds, loved the golf course. Go out first day, and first day was a bit blowy. It wasn't as blowy as the last 3 days, but it was a bit breezy and a bit cool and stuff like that. And yeah, myself and Luke was my caddy. He's my boss. He's golf operations manager at Rosanna. So he was found it in his heart to come out and caddy for me and face the
Good man.
face the elements as well, which was awesome. He did an unreal job, and I appreciate it so much for the work he did for that week because it was absolutely brutal on both parts. With the conditions and dealing with some of the shit that I served up as well.
Yeah.
But so I shot 2 under in the first round, which I was absolutely stoked with, because there was a couple misfires and errors within that round that I'm sort of just like, okay, just fucking hang on, hold some really nice putts, and sort of held on in a tough day. So I was one of only 5 to shoot under par that day, and I was sitting in 5th outright. So I'm like, beautiful, just need to hold on, just hold on.
I was looking at the scores after the first day, going,
Yeah.
this is a good start.
Yeah, this is great. So I was already in very high spirits. So I was already sort of going through game plans in my head and trying to think of, all right, how can we maintain this? How can we maybe do it again?
Yep.
Sort of thing. Anyway, go into the next day and it is absolutely howling.
Yeah.
Like next level howling. Like gusts were harder. Like gusts were high. They were 83 Ks or something like that. Gusts.
Yeah, far out.
And the consistent weather was consistent window all day was over 50.
I may have told Angus Turner that you were experiencing 115 kilometer gusts.
Oh,
and he goes, that's
yeah.
fucking is bullshit.
Yeah,
I'm
not
like,
quite.
probably is. I'm just fucking
It
riffing.
fucking felt like it, man.
That's what I said. I'm like, it probably felt like
It
that
was,
quick.
and because for those that haven't been to Mount Derrimut, it is very open. It's a very linksy course.
Yeah.
So there's not a lot of long grass, but there's no trees.
And the surrounding areas is pretty single level. Like it is
Correct.
open.
It's very open. So it's just down. It's 90% of the golf course is flat.
Yeah.
So you've got a rise up to the 18th. That's about it. And then there's a rise up 2 and 4, and then coming back down to 3, and then
You're not protected by hillsides like
No.
you would at Heidelberg or Rosanna.
correct.
Where
There's
the
nothing.
wind
There's
isn't
nothing
as
around.
drastic.
It's sort of everything goes to Derrimut there, and everything sort of it's just a very open area, and you're just extremely exposed. So
Yeah.
there's some of those holes where I'm going driver, 2-iron, pitch and wedge into par 5s, and
Yeah.
and then there's 350 meter par 4s that we're trying to hit a little fade into just so it doesn't go long, sort of thing. So it's sort of like that, and it was very tough to judge, very hard to judge, and the greens aren't massive; they're very quite small and compact greens, and with the condition they had them in, which was unbelievable, they had them nice and fast, sort of firm. They weren't absurdly firm, which was great, which was awesome. So you could sort of control the ball, especially hitting downwind, which was nice. But it was very tough to judge because we
Yeah.
had a lot of holes that were sort of cross and down off the right or into off the left, and it was just weird. It was very hard to judge. A lot of runoffs into bunkers, which were hard to judge as well. And
Yeah.
it was just very tough. So that second day, I got absolutely smashed on that front 9. I had a 3-putt from 4 feet, which almost made the best up and down ever. It was
Right.
unbelievable on that 5th hole. Unfortunately, walked off with 6 after being 4 feet away for par, which I was flat about. I was like, fuck, I just gave that away. But it's only one bad hole. Just I've got another 14 or another 12 holes to go make a couple birdies, get it back, and sort of keep myself in red figures. Par the next, and then the collapse started. So on the 7th hole, I hate that fucking 7th hole, man.
I
So
can't remember
7's
it.
very straight.
I do remember it.
You've got kilometer right and left. You can hit it anywhere you want. But the green complex is an absolute joke. So I actually had a bit of a word to the tournament director, just where the pin locations were. I don't actually have an issue with the green itself. It's just where they put the hole. It's just like, come on. It's blowing at 60. You can't put it there because the balls are rolling off the green. Like balls are just rolling off. Anyway, and I hit a hosel rocket for my second shot.
Wow.
Yeah, straight right. I was in between shots. I didn't know it was like, I thought it was down off the right. Luke's telling me it's hurting. I felt like I needed to hit a fade into that wind to try and hold it up so it didn't go long. Turns out I actually had to hit a draw, so I was just at the top of my backswing going, woo, 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 and we just went straight right. I'm like, fuck's sake. I don't think I've hit a shank in fuck knows how long.
Yeah, it'd be a good
It was
4 years.
it was one of the only shots for the entire week where I stood over it going, I don't know. And didn't even pull off it. I should have just pulled away and just had more of a chat to Luke and just talked through the game plan. But I just went and hit it anyway and didn't even hit it.
Yeah, right.
The wrong part of the club hit it. Anyway, ended up taking triple there, which stung as well. That really stung because I'm like, fuck. I did all that work yesterday and grinded for the first 4 holes today just to produce that. And yeah, like I said, I was nowhere near the worst score for the day either. I ended up having 8 over off the stick, and I was 7 over through 7 or something like that, or whatever I was, 7 over through 8. And to finish 8 over, I was really happy with because I grinded on the back 9, played some awesome golf in the last 10 holes,
Yeah.
and sort of fucking held on for dear life. and there was 12 overs, 15 overs.
Yeah, there was some really high scores.
Huge numbers. I think the best score was 1 under, and he said they reckon the guys that played with him, he reckons that he hold 300 feet of putts for that day.
Yeah,
so that
right.
always helps. But yeah, the next best, it was probably 2 even pars, and there was like 3 over and worse.
Yeah.
So that made me feel a little bit better. Still a bit annoyed. Day 3, fuck's sake, I played amazing day 3 and had 6 over.
Jesus.
Because you know what? That fucking 7th hole.
Yeah.
Guess how many shots I had on 7?
I know.
So I decided to have some bunker practice on the 7th hole. So nuke a drive down the middle, then hit it long into that back trap. I'm like, that's not an issue. I'm going to hit straight back into the wind. This is fine. I get up there and it's in a fucking crater. I wasn't plugged. It was just in an old splash mark at the back of the bunker. So I'm on ball. The ball's way below my feet, and I'm in a swell of some sort. And I looked at Luke. I'm like, fuck. And this pin is diabolical. Not even on the green. The pin, the flag was so bad. The flag position was so bad that the flag was on an angle.
Jesus.
So it was
putting it
just
on slopes.
it was just a very poor pin position. But it's not really the pin position's fault. I shouldn't have fucking hit it there. Anyway, and I knew exactly what I was going to do out of that bunker. And I tried to hit it anyway, and it comes flying out over into the other bunker. Had another hit at it, goes up onto the green, rolls back into the trap. I hit an even better shot where it goes to about 6 inches short of the hole. I'm like, oh, beautiful. I can tap in, just cut me losses. Beautiful. I can tap that in. Anyway, I go to walk out of the bunker, rolls off the green again. This is how diabolical this flag was. Jesus. Rolls off the green again, back into my splash mark that I just hit out of. I hit it back over the green, into the other bunker, hit that out in 2-putt, and I had fucking 9. I had a 9. So after being even par through the first 6 holes in, once again, another hurricane, and to have that, the wind was just out of my sails after that. Because I'm like, look, I had a great first day. I had a hiccup day 2. Righto, this is the time where I can go, like, just breathe, settle into this round, get through this round at even par, or something like that, and then try and shoot a good one last day to cement it, basically. Really try and turn it on day 4 and, make it. And yeah, that happened, and the wind was just shot out of my sails straight away. Jesus. That just really, that really hurt. Like, really, really hurt, considering, like, all the work I'd done just to get there, right? And yeah, for the rest of the day, played very solid, which annoyed me even more. The back 9 for me that week was unreal. I played the back 9 so well, and it was the windiest, and like considered the harder 9 too.
Jesus.
So, and then day 4, last round, I would have had to shoot, I think 10 under in the last round to make it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, fuck it. You know what? You never know. You never know. So I was bogey free 3 under through 9. And I'm like, look, I'm going to have a career back 9 here, which like we started on 10 as well.
Yeah.
So I turned 3 under and it was blowing its tits off again.
Yeah.
Absolute head off again. And then, went on to that back 9. I was bogey free through 14 holes and then made double on 6, bogeyed 7. Oh, no, sorry, parred 7 and then bogeyed 9 to finish even par, which I was pleased with. Like, if you take away the round itself, very happy with it. Even par in an absolute hurricane on a course that's, if you take away the course and the elements, the course isn't, I'm not going to say it's hard, but it's not all that.
It's tricky.
They can trick it up. They made the greens firm and quick. And with the wind, it's very tough. Very, very tough. And there was only 4 players under par throughout the whole week.
Yeah, right.
And considering like on a calm day, you can really go low. Like I had 2 calm days leading up to Q School and I shot 5 under, 7 under.
Jesus.
And like they'll calm days. So the course is very gettable.
Yeah, and when we were playing when we played it in that practice round, you were begging. You were like, please wind, just get up a little bit.
I wanted the wind to get up just to make it, just so it wasn't just a shootout.
Yeah.
And so the winner's sitting at 17 under and, 11 under gets in. Like I want it to blow so even par got in. And sure enough, I think 2 over got in.
Yeah.
Which was hats off to Andre. He had a great last round to make it.
Yeah.
So he's going over it in Thailand, I think for 2nd year in a row too.
Oh, good.
Which is good. So hopefully this time he gets up. So hats off to Andre. But Yeah, it was just that second and third round was just brutal, and I put it down to that. I was, what was I? I was 12 over in 3 holes.
Yeah, fuck.
So I doubled the fifth day 2, and tripled 7 day 2. Had a fucking 9 on 7 day 3, and then had a double on 6 day 4. So 5, 6, and 7
Yeah.
were cost me a possible Asian tour card. So anyway,
I hate to rub salt in the wounds, mate, but when we played it, I birdied 5, 6, and 7. Don't know about you, but whatever. That's fine. Don't worry.
you fucking did too. Oh, that has ticked me right off.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean it.
He did too. He did too. I didn't even think of that. I'm so glad you didn't tell me that like 2 days, like yesterday or something.
And you know what? I literally just remembered it now.
No way. But yeah, I was, for the holes you were 3
I'm
under
glad you're
on.
laughing about it because I felt bad just saying it just then.
Man, you did too, you prick. But anyway, so yeah, that's, I'm not going to those 3 holes cost me. I just did not.
They're not easy holes.
They're not.
They're not easy
They're
holes.
not, but they're
and
not.
in fairness, yes, whatever. I scored what I scored
Yeah,
on them. But it was a calm day and I was playing unreal.
Yeah.
Right? You are 1,000 times fucking better than I am. 12 shots better than I am.
That seventh hole. That 7th hole had my number. That one had my number. Like,
but it had your number when we played it because you pulled driver left into the grub.
I birdied it.
Oh, you did too.
I pulled driver left and hit a great second shot, and you chipped in, and then I hold my putt.
Yeah, true.
But not the point. That for some odd reason that it just didn't. They only put the pin down the bottom once,
Yeah, right.
and you have 8 to 10 feet of wiggle room up that top shelf, and they decided to put it up there 3 days in a row. When I say they, there was one particular, but that was about it. Anyway, so unfortunately missed this year, and all I can really say is I actually played very good golf, and I played, let's just say 66 very, very solid holes.
Yeah.
I played good golf for 95% of it.
Yeah.
And it was just those 3 holes in the span of 3 days that cost me. That was
yeah. But you know what?
so
I don't know where your head's at.
It stings,
it
look,
stings, of course. But
it stings.
You could easily say that you played 66 good holes, and it's the 6 that didn't go that well that fucked you. But also, I don't know if you'd rather that have 6 bad holes that fucked you, or have 16 bad holes, or you missed the cut because you played 2 horrible rounds of golf.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I've not been in your shoes, so I can't say that for you. But look, you got to take the positives away from it, man. Is what I'm trying to get at.
All I can take away from is I said to Luke afterwards. He asked me. He texted me yesterday, going, "Hey mate, just checking up. How you feeling?" Because it's so easy for me to beat myself up about it.
Yep.
It's so easy to, and every golfer's like that. You just beat yourself up, and anyway, I basically just said to him, "I'm extremely happy with my composure because I could have had that. Like a double's a double. If you make a mistake, you make a mistake. You have a 3-putt."
Shit happens.
Shit happens, Joel. Like you've hit 2 poor putts. After that triple, that could have been all she wrote. That could have been the line in the sand. That could have been it. That could have been it. But I just said, "Fuck, you're not out of it." Even after I made that 9 on day 3, I said, "Joel, you're not out of it. You're not. Just fucking hold on. Somehow hold on." And I needed to make a bunch of birdies, and I thought of like once I made that triple on day 2, sorry. I figured, fuck, I'm 5, 6 over or something like that. If I can make 10 birdies in the next 40 holes, I'm in.
Yeah.
That's sort of what I thought. And so I was grinding my ass off, and yeah, like I said, that 9 having that 9 on day 3, even then, even after that, I said, "Joel, you can make 11 birdies, 10 birdies in the next 27 holes."
It's a ridiculous way that you think about it because, if I had a 10 recently on a stroke round on the 11th hole, which is a par 5.
Yeah.
And the toys got thrown well out of the pram.
Yeah, nah. So
oh my days.
It's just all positivity. You just have to.
That's
it's not worth getting grey hairs about it. And I just backed my composure, and I played. And like I said, after those bad holes, yeah, that could be round ending sort of shit where mentally you just throw all the toys out. That's it, done. Don't give a fuck what happens for me, and you just lose it.
Yeah.
After that, I played really good, and
Well, that's it. And we're proud of you, mate. You've done pretty well.
Yeah, yeah. It's
You know,
just-
good results. Ultimately, you played 66 good holes
yeah,
of golf.
good holes. It was just three big numbers.
That's all right. Because who knows? The next tournament, they won't be as big.
Won't be
or
as big.
It might go a different way altogether.
Exactly. You never know.
So-
anyway, that's
It's interesting that you mentioned that you just thought, let's go make bunches and bunches of birdies.
try and get
because
it back.
It leads me kind of into my second cut question.
All right, let's go.
I got asked this on the weekend by a mate of ours in Michael's, mate of mine, a member at Berg. His name's Brian, plays with Michael a fair bit, around the same age as us. And he asked me, he goes, Drags, what would you rather? And this is what he said. He goes, and his version of the question is a little bit different to mine, but I'll ask you the one I've thought of.
Yeah, go for it.
Would you rather an upfront payment of 500,000 Australian dollars and you can no longer receive any other prize money? Or would you rather that, or would you rather receive $200 for every birdie that you make, and that's the only form of prize money you can have?
Okay.
It's 500 grand up front, and that's it. That's all the money you'll
That's-
ever make in the sport of golf.
right.
Or every time you make birdie,
200
$200, and that's all the kind of money. That's the only source of revenue in the sport of golf you can have
Per birdie.
per birdie.
Okay,
And
hang on.
only birdies.
Hang on. Just give me literally 30 seconds. So you can ramble on about anything.
So Brian asked me, he goes,
Yeah,
would you
yeah.
rather have $500, 500 grand up front, no questions asked?
Yeah.
Or would you rather have $500 per birdie? And I said, you are laughing.
500?
That's what he said to me. That's
500?
No,
Oh,
no,
no,
no.
you're giving me
I'm
200.
I'm saying 200 to
200,
you
okay.
because 500 is a bit of a steal, right? 200 to you because I feel like that's a bit more reasonable.
oh, I'm going $200 a birdie. I've just done a bit of math in my head. I'm going $200 a birdie for sure.
For sure.
100%. Yeah.
Right.
So here's my mindset quickly. If
Yeah.
I play five, so I'll drop
I've
all
got the
tools.
calculator up, so just rattle some numbers off.
So based off, I'll just go to Heritage and Rosanna. That's all I'll do.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's all I'll do. So
Because if you go and shoot 900 at Rosanna, there's $1,800.
well, you never know. I could have 10 birdies.
Yeah,
and
that's
have a
$2
bogey.
grand.
Like there's $2,000 in a day, but not the point. So I'll play off +5 ish, anywhere from +4 to +6. I'm sort of playing off.
You'd have
So-
to make 2,500 birdies to make $500,000.
Yeah, I could do that. Okay, so here's my train of
Fuck, I
thought.
could do that
Here's,
in
no,
2 years,
shut up,
47 days.
Shut up. Here's my train of thought with this. So say I make 4 birdies per round
Yeah.
on average.
Yeah.
So I'll make 4 birdies per
$800.
round. Oh, some might have more, some might have a bad day and have 2. I don't know. So I make 4 birdies. That's $800 a day, and I say I play 5 rounds a week. Right? I might even play. Say I play 6 rounds a week because some days I'll play 36. If it's my only
$4,000 a week.
if it's my only form of revenue. So that's $200,000 in 1 year, essentially. And if I miss a couple rounds here and there, within 3 years, I've surpassed that $500,000.
Yeah, that's fair. And that's why I sort of set it at $200 because
Yeah.
Brian had asked me, would you rather the $500,000 up front or $500 per birdie that you make? And I'm like, you're a stupid idiot. I'm taking the $500,000 up front because I'd never make $500,000 worth of birdies, even at $1,000 a birdie. Right?
Yeah.
I don't think I've got 500 birdies in me from now to the day I die. I genuinely don't.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Right? There's every chance. I don't. Who knows? I'm a pessimist.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm like, you're a stupid idiot. I'll take the $500,000 up front. Thank you very much. No questions asked.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Gimme.
Gimme. Thanks.
Yeah.
Right? But then I thought, all right, how can I phrase this for Joel? And I thought, yeah, $200 is fair.
I like that. Yeah.
But yeah, it's interesting because that's just a different mindset that we've
Yeah,
got.
yeah,
Is
yeah.
it like, and of course, your ability states that you can probably go out and get 4 or 5 birdies around.
Well, I'd
You just said that you could average 4 birdies around.
anywhere like if it's my full-time thing, I'm averaging 3-4 birdies around. Yeah. And if it's only based on birdies, beautiful. Because I could shoot 1 under and have 7 birdies.
Yeah.
And have a double and a couple bogeys and fuck
you
up.
just need
But
to
I've-
make birdies.
But
Who
I've just
cares?
made birdies. I've
You
made
just
7
pin
birdies, but I've
seeking.
had 2 under. So I'm
Pin
just I'd be so aggressive
Yeah.
and try and make as many birdies in that round as possible.
Yeah.
And yeah, if I shoot under par, great. But yeah.
Whereas, like-
because I might catch like a hot streak for a week and play 6 rounds and have 7 birdies
If-
around, and there's Jesus, I've gone cross-eyed. So I've had 42 birdies in a week.
Yeah.
What's that? Eight
And I suppose-
$8,500 or something in a
Yeah.
week.
I suppose because when I first got asked, I didn't think about it as my only source of revenue. I thought of like, all right, well, the option is you take 500 grand or you keep playing as much as you are now and just get $500 per birdie. And I'm like, well, no, you're stupid. Like, I don't make that many birdies as it is. Like, so what? You're telling me that I could go 4 weeks without making a fucking birdie and I don't make any money? Or like, I'm just working. Like, just give me the 500 grand.
500 grand.
But
in
if
your
I,
case, yeah.
if I made it my life and my job to just go play golf and try and have as many birdies as I can, I'd probably take the same deal.
Yeah.
200.
Would you go 200?
Maybe not 2. I'd probably go 253. I'd probably settle for.
Yeah. I'm taking the 200 birdie straight away.
Yeah, interesting.
100%.
Have you got a second cut question?
I do.
Let's wrap this up because the Brownlow's on and I want to go watch it.
All right. If you had a beer per shot
Oh, God.
at golf, so let's say a light beer. So let's say a Northern.
Yeah,
It's
okay.
a great Northern. So if you had a Northern per shot you hit, at
How
the
many
start of
holes
the
am I
round,
playing?
How many holes or shots would you last until you either miss the ball or drop? Until you have to go, until you miss the golf ball.
This is a very interesting question
So-
because I cannot fathom the thought of a beer on the golf course.
No, I know you've never been like that, and
I've
not
nev-
and
and
unless
if
unless
you-
it's a piss take day, like a fucking scramble with some mates or something like that.
We did the longest day. We did the longest day. We're
Oh, that was
raising
so
money
much
for
fun.
charity.
That was so much
We're
fun.
not taking it
We
seriously
were
at all in
sinking.
terms of golf. We were just sinking beers for the fun of it, right?
Yeah.
But if I go out in the middle of summer and have one beer on the golf course, even with Michael on a Thursday after work,
Yeah, you're knackered.
I'm just forget it.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is about the golf course and the fact because I drink beers here. I drink beers with my mates. I was a lightweight back in the day, but not anymore. Like I can handle my
Experience.
alcohol.
Yeah.
But on the golf course, it's a whole different ballgame.
Yeah. It's the tiniest bit of concentration level. Just the
dead set.
It's just a smidgen of.
So what you're asking is hit your driver down one.
You're going.
Make a beer.
Sink one.
Hit your approach shot into
You can
one.
take your time. You just by yourself. You can take your time. You can you
okay.
can sort of take a quick stroll. You're just having a beer.
How long's a bit of time? So if I've got do I
Take as long as you need to get to that second shot.
Oh, okay. So like a casual stroll.
Yeah, just take as long as you need, because if you hit that first drive and you
genuinely?
hit one up the left and then you hit that second shot on, beautiful. You've had 2 beers, and if you 2-putt, you've had 4 beers in the hole. Go to the next hole. Keep going. How
Yeah,
long do
4
you
holes.
last?
4 holes.
So you're getting up 4 and that's it.
I might not even get up 4.
You're at the first third of 4, and
No, it wouldn't be that bad. I'd be munting
yeah, you'd
behind
be
a tree somewhere. I'd be pretty
cooked.
crook.
So you like say you went par. That's 11 beers in 3 holes.
Yeah, no thanks.
Nah.
That's a lot.
I reckon.
I don't think I had 11 beers the day we played the longest day, and we were out there for 7 hours.
Oh no, you did. I reckon you did.
Anyway, but still,
Yeah,
4 holes.
But that was over 4 rounds.
11
That was-
beers in what is
Probably
35 minutes?
Yeah, 40 minutes. Yeah.
No, thanks.
No.
I'd struggle to get through 2. Struggle to get
reckon-
through the second hole.
Nah, see, I reckon you'd be right to miss the ball or drop. I reckon walking up 4, you're going.
But if you drop that quickly after consuming that much alcohol, there's ambulances involved. Do you know what I mean? Like, logistically, the question isn't that solid. But, like, I get what you mean. No, I wouldn't last 3.5 holes.
How long until? Yeah, okay. How long until you just throwing the towel, going, "Nah, I can't do this." So yeah, you're saying 4 holes.
Probably like pretty soon before that.
Yeah.
Before I tumble over.
See, I'd throw in the towel before you.
But we're
they're
talking
light beers.
maybe a bit longer then.
Maybe a bit longer
like 5
because
or
they're a bit
6.
watery.
5 or 6 holes, maybe 7 at most. But
Do everything you want to do to prep before the round 2. Have some food, fucking wash up.
yeah, I don't think it makes much of a difference. You're consuming bulk alcohol very quickly. It's going to be a lot.
I reckon if we're to, I'll go because you're at Berg. You're talking Berg. I'm going to Rosanna. If I go, for example, if I go par for the first 3 holes, it's the same deal. It's 11 beers. I don't. I'm falling asleep in the bunker or something. I think.
Yeah.
Like I'm no lightweight. I'm definitely not keeping up with someone like you or someone. I'm not keeping up with people that are good at drinking or whatever. Yeah, nah, I wouldn't. I'd drop probably the fairway before you.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah, if you're dropping after your second shot going up 4, I'm dropping before I hit my first putt on 3.
But here's the thing, right? I'd play 1 pretty well.
Yeah, because
And then 2, I'm like, oh.
2 you stand over the putt
I've had
going.
4 beers in 8 minutes.
2 you stand over the putt going. I've had 6 beers here.
Yeah.
Going.
And then you go bunker to bunker on 2.
Oh, whatever. Yeah.
You've got to shoot
Yeah,
par.
4 I reckon-
You've got to shoot par.
I reckon 4 green. I reckon 4 green. You're going. You're.
I've had 15 beers.
You're. Yeah. At best.
I've had
maybe.
at best, and I'm 2 over. Like I'm fucking nah, nah, absolutely not.
all right. I like
That's a good one. I rate it, Joel. Well done.
Cool.
That's a
wrap.
That's a wrap, mate. Did you want to do the outro as well, or do you want me to get back?
No. I didn't think of that. I hadn't warmed up for the outro yet. Nah, you do the outro.
That's all right.
I
Well,
do the intro.
ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for listening and watching this week's episode. Be sure to like and subscribe if you're watching on the YouTube. Follow us on Spotify if you can. Be sure to head over to our socials as well, Instagram and TikTok. Check out some of our videos over there. Drop us a like and follow us there as well. Keep an eye out on our socials. We've got some interesting things coming up in the next few weeks.
We've got some plans.
We've got some plans. They're very, very lightly penciled in the calendar, almost to the point where you could go like this, yeah, and write it out.
They're just ideas.
Ideas.
They're just ideas for now.
Also, daylight savings is coming.
Oh yeah.
It's 2 weeks away.
Yeah. Yeah.
Get excited. So we're going to hopefully be posting a bit more visual content.
Just a
on
couple
our-
more snippets coming here and
Snippets,
there.
maybe,
like
you know.
Ace Cams will come back properly for good because
We're going to get out and play holes after work and
Correct.
stuff. So it's going to be nearest to pins and, you know,
yeah.
just random stuff. Mostly on our stories
Might
and
be
anything
3-hole
else.
matches or something like that.
Mostly on our stories as opposed to anything else. So be sure to keep an eye on those. But otherwise, ladies and gents, hit them very, very well. We'll see you next week. Thank you very much. Cheers.